Welcome to the Lose Your Big Ass Stomach podcast. I'm your host, Jay Jackson, and my mission here is to help you get rid of that big ass stomach and take back control of your health so that you can look and feel your best by being the best version of yourself, mentally and physically, while destroying the mediocre agenda society is trying to brainwash you into, and breaking our families' generational curses of being unhealthy by being a healthy and fit role model. It's time to set a new standard. It's time to set a new standard of living. If you find the podcast helpful, be sure to hit that follow button because that helps us build a movement. Let's go. If you're tired of working out all day long, doing hours of cardio, but your body still don't reflect the time and energy that you put into the gym, and you're ready to really start seeing some changes when you look in the mirror and with the way your clothes fit. Guys, most people just think that working out by just doing a lot of cardio is what's going to help you slim down your waistline. That's what's going to help you get all lean and toned and looking good in your clothes. But high achievers understand you got to lift weights. You got to do strength training. You can't just do cardio. You can't just do hours of walking and doing 10,000 steps a day. That's the generic advice that most trainers want to give people. But people wondering why they still struggle with having the look that they want. Most guys say, man, I want to have a definition. Man, I want to be cut up. The ladies say to me, hey, coach, I want to be more toned. You know, I don't want to have all this cellulite. This is why weightlifting is so important. Okay. And so we're going to talk about it today. Okay. First thing is this. You have to stop trying to speed up the reps when you're doing your workouts. I'm about to give y'all some high level things. Okay. Because most of y'all are working out to a certain extent. But if you want to go from good to great, you want to be able to look in your bathroom mirror and look at yourself and be like, man, I'm seeing the definition. You know, I have a coaching client who graduated recently in my program named Jason. He's down like 50 something pounds. And one of the things he mentioned on our client success interview, he was like, man, I remember not even being able to see definition. And he pulled his shirt off one day. He was like, man, I can see my abs now. So if you somebody, you like, man, I just want to be able to look at myself and feel really proud about what I see. Whether it's having a flat stomach or having abs, these are steps you want to pay attention to, okay? So the first thing is this. If you're working out right now, maybe you're losing weight, but you're noticing that you're still kind of like skinny fat. You look weak, like you don't have that solid tone, firm look, okay? You can't just go through the motions when you're working out. When you see people at the gym, and I'm pretty sure y'all may have seen people at the gym who speed through the reps. They try to do their reps really, really fast because they try to avoid the burn. Or they're bro lifting, where they're not even, straightening their arms out when they're doing bench press. They just kind of like repping it real quick or doing them little half push-ups. Guys, that is not how you get real results, okay? Real results start with proper form. Should go without saying. You got to be doing the exercise properly. But after doing the exercise properly, you want to have the right pace that you do the exercise with. If you're speeding through the exercise trying to avoid the burn, you're missing the whole purpose of lifting. It should feel tough. That's why they call it resistance training. You should feel the resistance. But if you're speeding through the exercise, you're not going to feel the resistance. You're just doing some empty reps. It's what I call an empty victory. You felt like you did something. You're like, man, I did something today. I got a little sweat in today. But your muscles are not really developing and sculpting because you're not putting that resistance on them. Okay? So that's why you need to slow down the pace of your reps. Okay? So that's the first thing. That's going to take your, and I'll go even further because I have coaching clients inside my program. They're getting up there in age. They don't want to be lifting extremely heavy weight to the point where they could potentially injure themselves. And so one of the things that I teach my clients is, hey, there's more than one way to increase the intensity of your workouts outside of just increasing the weight. You can slow down the pace that you do your reps and you will feel a higher intensity. The same way some of y'all, I see people who try to do a lot of push-ups. You see one person, he could do push-ups really, really fast. And if he's doing push-ups really, really fast, he could potentially do a lot of push-ups because he's doing them so fast. But the guy who does the push-ups slower, proper form, slower pace, this guy's going to get way stronger, way more benefit in a very short period of time because he's controlling his pace. And that allows him to increase the intensity of his workouts. Okay. So, if you're just looking for generic fitness advice, like just, hey, do this right here, do this exercise, God, this ain't it. Like we all know that. We all know we need to do squats. We know we need to do bench press. We know we need to do shoulder press. We know we need to do rows. We know we need to do pull-ups, things like that. We understand these things because we all do them. I'm doing all the same exercise I've been doing for over a decade. But what separates me from the guys who've been working out for years just like me, but don't have the results they want, not only is the nutrition, but it's how I'm training. Most guys and ladies are just working out. They're not training. When you train, you move with purpose when you hit the gym. Not just going through the reps, but doing the reps to get the results. Okay? And so that's the first thing. Slow down your pace. Second thing, you want to have, let's see how I want to put this because I want this to make sense to y'all. Okay? When you're doing your cardio, you either have two ways you could do this. You can go higher time, right? Meaning, let's say, for example, you normally do 30 minutes of cardio. You could bump it up to 35 or 40 minutes of cardio. But let's say you don't have the time. Like some of my coaching clients, they're busy. They don't have the time to add on extra time. You increase the intensity, okay? So you still do that same 30 minutes, but you do it at a faster pace. And so let's say you were doing 3 miles per hour on the treadmill. Now you bump it up to 3.5, or maybe even 4.0, or maybe even do a slow jog, okay? You're increasing the intensity. Now, this obviously isn't strength training. This is aerobic activity, right? This is cardio, but they go hand in hand. They have to work together. And so if you're just going to the gym, just lifting weights, guys, you're missing the boat. You need to be doing both. If you want to have good heart health, you want to have energy mentally and physically, guys, you don't want to have to worry about issues like high blood pressure, sleep apnea, dementia, heart disease. Guys, you got to be moving, man. You can't just be lifting and then leaving the gym and eating burgers and pizza and donuts. This is how folks look like they're doing something decent in the gym. They look strong, but they end up having strokes. They end up having heart disease and high blood pressure because of the way they're eating. You can't outwork poor nutrition habits, okay? And so with your cardio, you want to make sure that you're either doing more time or you're doing less time with higher intensity. Either or works, okay? It's totally up to you. The next thing is this. How do I want to put this? If you want to be able to look good in your clothes and when you take your clothes off, guys, it's important that you're not just lifting weights, that you're not just doing the cardio, but if you want to see the changes, you have to dial in your nutrition. You have to, man. If you don't, you're going to find yourself working out for weeks, months, maybe even years, and not seeing the weight come off, not seeing the stomach go down. You'll get stronger. I see a lot of people who, they're getting stronger, they have more energy, they even feel a little bit better, but they're like, dang, man, like, I should have been and got some results by now. I'm putting in all this time and effort. The reason that happens is because you're not eating the right way. You can't outwork, even if you're eating healthy. If you're eating the wrong amount, guys, you're still going to have a hard time losing weight. You're still going to have a hard time toning up, having that definition, okay? And so it's important to understand your calorie intake. It's important to understand your protein intake. Because if you don't know your protein intake, protein helps you build muscle. Protein helps us overcome muscle soreness. Protein helps us stay full for longer. If you're eating meals, I see a lot of people who reach out to me and like, man, I just don't want to feel like I'm starving. I don't want to feel like I'm starving while I'm losing the weight. If you're eating enough protein, you won't feel that way. When your portions are dialed in with your meals, you won't feel that way. When you start eating more fibrous fruits and vegetables, guys, these are carbs also. Fruits and vegetables are carbs. And so you shouldn't be giving these things up. You should be eating these on a daily basis to slim down your waistline even faster. Eating healthy fats like walnuts, cashews, almonds, avocados. We need these things, guys, for our not just our energy physically, but also mentally, our hormones. There's a lot of women that I have the hormonal belly fat. Well, if you start eating foods that support your hormones, you'll slim down your waistline like that. Like my coaching client, Antoinette. She's down over 100 pounds. And she was very hesitant about joining the coaching program. And, a year and a half later, she's down over 100 pounds. I think she's down like 105 pounds now. And a lot of that was based on how she ate. But here's the thing. You can eat the right way and you'll lose weight. You'll lean out. You can even eat the right amount of protein, guys, and you'll lean out. But if you want to look a certain way, you want to have tone, you want to have definition, the only way you accomplish that look is by lifting. Even if you eat the right way and do cardio, you may lose weight if you eat the right portions and do your cardio. You'll lose weight, but you're going to look weak. You're going to look skinny fat. And if you're like me, you want to look good in your clothes and when you take your clothes off. You don't want to feel like you got to hide your body behind your clothes. You want to be able to pull your clothes off and feel just as confident. And the only way you can do that is by lifting. This is why strength training is critical, guys. You want to be able to show up in your career and have that confidence, that silent confidence. Well, you don't have to say nothing. People know. People look at you, man, she take care of herself. Man, he taking care of himself. You got to lift. You want to be that example for your family, for your kids. You don't want to be that dad who's, got all this money in your bank account, but your kid rubbing on your stomach saying, hey, Dad, are you pregnant like Mom was? I had a guy tell me that the other day. He was like, yeah, man, I got to do something about this. You got to start lifting. You got to start dialing in your nutrition. And if you are somebody who has something like type 2 diabetes, you got to start regulating your blood sugar. When you lift weights, that helps you regulate your blood sugar, guys. Weightlifting helps with that. Doing cardio consistently helps with that. It's not just how you eat. When you do it together, it's like this is the lifestyle that allows you to look your best, feel your best, and not have to worry about health issues like high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, heart disease, not being so sedentary. You can develop heart disease just by having a sedentary lifestyle and gaining a lot of weight over time. And so as you do these things the right way, guys, I'm telling you, you'll be able to look and feel your best. You won't feel like you're going to the gym and not seeing the results that you want. And you'll be able to have confidence, energy and confidence, and not have to stress and worry about things getting worse. Okay? Hopefully y'all found this podcast helpful. But that's it. We out of here. Let's get it. Yo, appreciate you for tapping in and listening to the podcast episode today. Hopefully you found it valuable. And if you did and you want to learn more about how I can help you lose the big ass stomach, transform your body, and get your health on point, DM me real results over on Instagram at JJacksonOfficial for more information. And I'll reach back out to you to do what I can to help you hit those health and fitness goals. Let's get it.